So hello and welcome to this video. Now in this tutorial, we'll be building a tic-tac-toe game using Python, alright? So this tutorial is divided into several parts, okay? So this is the part 1 of this tutorial, in which we'll be only getting the board design for our tic-tac-toe game, and further I'll be defining a function which will be asking the user to give the input. All right, so in order to take input from the user, we'll be also defining a function. So let's start. Now first of all, I'll be using a module name as clear output, which is from ipython.display. So from ipython.display import clear output. All right. Then I would define a function named as display board in order to get our board design. So def, which is a built-in keyword in Python, so for defining the function. So define the function as with the function name as display board. So I'll be giving the name of the function as display board with a parameter board. All right. Then I'll be saying that clear output. So we'll be using this module clear output over here with parenthesis, or you can say regular brackets. Then I'll be designing the board as a list, all right, in which all the index value will be corresponding to your number on your numpad. All right, so your keyboard has a numpad, right? So I'll be designing the board in such a way that it's a list with an index value, and all the index value that is ranging from 1 to 9. So all the numbers will be corresponding to your number in your numpad. All right. Then I would be saying that print board with index value 7, and I'll be concatenating this symbol, which is basically above your enter key in your keyboard, with this list. And I would be saying that board with index value as 8 and board. All right, so I forgot to concatenate this symbol. Then I'll be copying this print statement 2 times. So copy and paste. I'll be changing the index value over here. So 6, get to 5, and to 4, then to 1, then to 2, and board with index value 3. So now you can see that all the index value that is ranging from 1 to 9 is corresponding to your number, all the numbers in your numpad. All right, so your numpad, like your keyboard has a numpad, right? As I've said that your keyboard has a numpad which is designed in the same way I have declared the board. All right, so 7, 8, 9, then 4, 5, 6 in a row, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we'll be checking that if the board is working correctly or not. So if the function is working correctly or not. So let us define another list. We can say test board equals. So this is my simple list in order to check if the function is working or not. So I'll be copying this 3 times. I'm sorry, my mistake. So copy this 3 times, and then again I'll just write x one more time, and then call the function display board. So display board, and I'll be giving the parameter as test board. All right, then I'll be just execute this program in my console. So by pressing Ctrl Shift and F10, you can see we are getting a board over here, so which is like in the same way we have declared a test board with list, like the list in which we have declared these symbols XO and XO several times. So successfully we have built our board. Okay, so let me just comment this code snippet, and then as I've said that we'll be defining a function to take input from the user. So I will be saying def player input, in which I'll be giving an empty string, say marker, which is an empty string, and I would say that while not marker is equals I would say while not within parenthesis marker is equals X or marker is equals O, then I'll be going on asking the user to enter a marker. Alright, so I will be saying that marker equals input. So I'll be giving a prompt message to the player. So player 1. So in a tic-tac-toe game we have two players, so player 1 and player 2. So I'll be saying that player 1 choose X or O. Alright, and I'll be using a dot upper keyword over here to which basically returns a copy of string as a uppercase. Alright, so if player 1 just give input X as a lowercase, so it will be automatically converted to uppercase by this keyword. Alright, so this keyword just returns a copy of string as an uppercase. Alright, then I would be saying that if marker is equals X, then return a tuple, so X O, else if the marker is O, then return player 1 is O and player 2 is with marker X. Okay, so let us check this, let us check if this function is working correctly or not. So I'll be saying that player 1 marker along with player 2 marker is equals player input. Alright, so if I will executing this program to my console, so let me just show you that. So you can see over here that it's prompting me to choose a marker. So think that you are player 1, so you'll be choosing a marker, say O. Alright, so we have built successfully this function. So how you can know, let me just print the player 2 marker over here. So print player 2 marker, so you can know what you can know how this function works. So if I would run this program again into my console, so player 1 choose X or O, so I'll be choosing X. But if I would be choosing X, so as I have given the condition over here, if the marker is X, so it will be returning that player 1 is with marker X and the player 2 is with marker O. Alright, so if I would hit enter over here, you can see player 2 is with marker O. Alright, so we can see that the function is working correctly. Okay, so this was all for this video. So in this video what we did that we set up a simple board for our tic-tac-toe game, and then we defined a function in which we can take input from the player. Alright, so we have also used the tuple unpacking over here. So in this statement is used for unpacking this tuple. Alright, so if marker is equals X, then it will be returning this tuple, or else this tuple will be executed. Alright, so this basically means that if the marker is equals X, I'll be saying it again. So what does this mean? If the marker is equals X, which is chosen by player 1, so it will be returning that player 1 is with marker X and player 2 is with marker O. Okay, or else if the player 1 have chosen the marker O, alright, the player 2 will be with marker X. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So this was all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.